Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Becca. Good morning, Marty. Safe good morning, Wayne. Wayne. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. The captain is in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna have to share with you some of the stuff that we've done yesterday. Some good trading going on here. So let's take a look at the market right now. The market is doing a double captain setup short right here. And we are looking for rallies to short into this market at the open. We have 1 minute to the cash market open. We'll reevaluate if we break anything over 870. Our current target is 798.75. Let's get this show on the road. Let's make some good decisions. Let's make some money. Life is good. Smile and trade. Okay. Yeah, so they sold it off, they rally it back up. We're getting some action early in the morning. And what we got going on here is an opening range, and we're selling under this opening range right now. All right. So opening range. So we have this zone right here that we need to be aware of. And we're getting a significant selling pressure at the open into this level. Right now, we are in the reversion to the mean position. So, what that means there's a good chance that we will come back to retest some of these levels. Okay, we are at Globex as well. So that's just an area where the market is just going to try to stabilize. So just watch out for counter trend moves. I mean, if they come up to 21 to 31, that's an area of interest on the short side. I'm looking for rallies to short into this market. The market just went out of sync right now, which is expected. 21. Let's see 21, and boom. Can I get some? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's see here. Can I get? Can I get? What's going on? There's a little bit of delay and I should be able to make money on this trade right here, right? What's going on? There's a delay. There's a delay. Thank you. We ended up making. We ended up making like what is this? $900 on that trade. It's the quotes are delayed, but my short was just spot on. Big delay on this one. Let me just clean up some stuff. I mean, it's just the open in a very heavy price action, but we hit it. We hit a nice short on that bad boy. The 21 was the number, right? Okay, things are getting a lot smoother right now. All right, so we see what's going on here, right? We see that fluctuation around the mid prices. So this is a reversion to the mean, and the price is just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Obviously, we went short into that 21 for a nice little sell pressure, which is to be kind of expected in this area. Uh, and also the back and forth is expected. So that's a good way for us to start. And we're looking for a close of 748, which we look like we're about to have it here. And then we have lower prices that we're going to be talking about soon. We got Globex coming up. Wow. Hitting Harmony Zone number 1. Multiple times. I mean, that's just still a negative behavior. I mean, even you see in the stop runs, and they're significant. They're not just small stop runs. Okay, but they're coming into resistance and they're just getting like hitting that door and stopping. That's a good thing to see for the shorts. And shorts coming back in. The 50 NT Rinko produced a captain setup long, but also we need to kind of be paying attention to this level here. So that level between the 800 to the 840 is a lot of resistance with a lot of distribution right under the mids of the opening range. That is all negative behavior, even with this long position or long signal. It's just still the market is coming back to retest the middle of it. So that's just weakness right there. And we're trading around Globex and we're trading around the middle of the range. So I definitely don't want to be like short right here. I want to see rallies and a stop run, then fade that one. We don't want to see 800. We don't want to see 800. I shouldn't have any delay right now, correct? So you guys we're all in sync. Yeah, so that's the 800, and the 800 produced a captain setup uh, long. So that is gonna really put a change in the market. I'm gonna be very very careful about trying to get short. Even here, I mean that's a good one short on the 200 NT Rinko. Look at that actually. That's a good one. But I'm gonna be very careful because that's just a market that when it does this with a captain set up on the 100, there's a bit of a buying interest that's serious. They're trying to get serious here. Wow, look at that. Good Lord. That one worked. Market is back in sync on the short side. Look at them. Wow. From that level to Globex. Oh, you got that short? Good for you. Good for you. You made money. You did good. Here they go again, back up to these levels. I mean, that's like the third time we are up here. I say fourth, and that's the fifth. So the more the price goes up in that level, the less viable of a trade to go short at these levels, because the market is just simply chewing through the supply. And now you're going to get a reversal at 850, then the market's going to flip and start running toward 900. You're getting a retest of that captain setup. So now the market is putting on a range, and it's going to be very critical for us to understand what that range is. As long as we continue to trade above that group of price action, and that is between 800 down to that 56. As long as that is the case, this price is gonna pop up to 60, go to 900, and start to retest the highs. And it's critical for them, even if they come into these levels, like if the market closes at 800 and start dipping in that into Globex, and Globex is 773, that the if that happens, then the long idea is taking a back seat. But that's not what the market is doing. They're protecting it here. I mean, the defense squad is in full. Yeah, and I know the market is out of sync, and the 200 is still short. But you know, you're just gonna. I'm reading between the lines here, and I'm saying to myself, hey, listen, like how many times are you gonna go to that level and not break down significantly? Here we go. That's it. All right. So with that, we're looking at the next target of 873 on pullbacks. Then from there, we're looking at a push into 900. Safe is long from 800. You're making 55 points. Pipo, good morning. Target is 873. All right, so something's happening here. Price action is getting all wiggy. Gotten a little bit of a pullback. This is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do a 13 half and look for a deeper pullback and see if I can get filled. Here we go, because the market's getting a little bit wiggy. All right, let's see. 13 and a half. I mean, they responded very well to the top end of Harmony zone number 1. So really kind of invalidate the 13 half. So either I had to kind of take it here or take it here or take it there, and they responded very well to the top end of that. That kind of takes away from my entry. Canceling that order, waiting for the next rotation. So we hit that. The next rotation is 900. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis with a target of 900. We'll reevaluate if we break anything under 835. Are you still in the trade from 800 safe? Good for you, bro. Since when did safe become a swing trader like that? I mean, that is just I'm all smiles over here. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna get a whole feast in a minute. All right. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. So they took on that 41. What is that? 36s. 15 to the 13. I mean, I'm gonna try this and see if I can get anything going. I know that's a little bit of a deeper pullback, but uh-oh. What's going on here? All right. Did that stop me out? Oh yeah, look at these bastards. It's like I didn't even know where I'm at. Oh well, yeah. Well, I mean, I got in long. It kept me in, and I got out at 93. Actually, that's a profit. But I couldn't see. Like I couldn't see where I'm at. So from am I getting stopped out for a profit or a loss? Entry at 13.93. You know, that's actually a stop. Okay, so the quotes are all over the place. Basically, that's what that means. And the market flipped. I copied it into this account and I made money. So I'm assuming that I got stopped out for a profit. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. Undersize this market till we get a bit better direction. Markets in sync on the short side. They went up and retested Harmony zone number one for a short. That puts us in a position where we have to look at 773 and a half. So we're in the middle of this chop zone. I need to be careful with it. We're close to glowbacks, and also the market is just back and forth in the middle of this range. So this is a reversion to the mean. Market responded, came back and retested. Yeah, we'll see where they want to go. This chop, this is a lot of chop right here. We want to see price go to 773. That will trigger shorts. You start breaking anything over 874, that will trigger longs. Now we're going back into this test of Harmony zone number 2, and I'm gonna take it for an opportunity to go short, and I'll add and I will add. Let's go. Where is this price at? 35, 30. I'm at 30 right now. I'm up 1,200 bucks on this trade. I'm telling you, I can't see where I'm at. This quotes are just so jacked up. I got 3 contracts to this thing. I gotta know where I'm at, man. So I pocketed some money. I'm pocketing some more. I have one left. So we made about $1,000 on this trade, and I'm sitting here with the last contract trying to figure out what's going on. What is going on? $844, $865. Yeah, we're gonna get smoked on that last contract, which is fine. I'm still up money on that trade, even with that stop. It's just gonna eat up some of my profits if this stops me out. 80. Oh yeah, well, I'm already stopped out. Okay, so we're gonna This is a joke, right? So we're getting a little bit of delays. So that last contract, so I got short, covered. Actually, covered a lot of it at between the 30 and the 40. So made a little bit of money on two contracts and cut my profit in half with this stop. All right, let's move on. Now we're into the 910. Target is 923.75. Good job, Safe. That is excellent, bro. That is excellent, excellent. You gotta share that trade with everybody if you want to, obviously, on your Discord. I'd love to see those entries. Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, on the hundreds, the captain setups are solid. Target is 948.75. I mean, we're punching through a big levels here. Target number 6. I mean, we're hitting target number 6 here. That's a resistance area if I've ever seen one right here. I'm gonna take a short. I know it's literally like I'm going against the trend here, but that's just a target, a big one. And if it stops me out, it stops me out. I'm gonna look for a big target on a flip. Here we go. 2. If you go to 40, I'll take out 1 and go break even and let it go. I need 40. Took 1 and going break even and let it be. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm fading against an absolute target. Like that's a target number 6. The probability of a market fading between target number 6 and target number 5, that zone is extremely high. So if I want to get cute with the market and try to fade, this is the spot. And I made money And it's going to give me a whole lot more if I stuck around, but I don't like to go against the trend. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis, and we are looking for a run up to target 973. We are in an overextended price action. We took the first touch of it against target number 6. If we're looking at the bigger picture, we're seeing, what the market did today. So what they did is just went under that level and the opening range and built up stops and gave us good shorts along the way. But there was a captain set up long, came back and retested it once and twice, and that held the line here. And since that moment, the market has been making higher lows, even right here, another higher low, and boom. And now they're running the stops. So they'll probably do the same thing, run the market higher, then pull back and run the stops lower. They've done that yesterday, like all day long. It was something else. But that's kind of what the personality is so far. Speed, range, and behavior. Speed is fast. Range is expanding. The behavior so far is long. But, keep your head on a swivel. Target is hit 998.75. Next target, we'll reevaluate if we break anything under 930. Past target number 6. I mean, screw it. I'll just take a shot at it. I know it's kind of a little bit risky, but whatever. I'm fading against the market. I gotta be careful. Yeah. Mm-mm. Okay, good for them. Good for them. I know it was a risky one. 2. And my stop is my stop. Yep. Yep. They're gonna stop me out. All right. Yeah, I'm going against the trend. I need to be very careful here. That was a stop. Target is 25.2375. Really? Okay, I'll look into them. Let me see here. All right, let's just stick to the program here, and the program is go with the trend. I know, Marty. I know that's my bad. I got short here, got paid. I tried it one more time around extended levels, and obviously the trend is very strong. We're gonna stick to the system here. System says long, stay long. Market is out of sync. We're looking for a pullback. There's a captain set up short right here, pushing the price lower, and we're looking for the pullback to buy into this market. if we can get a good fill. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm going to go break even. Let's see if we can get 26 out of it. I mean, if they're gonna run this thing up, they're gonna run it up to 26, or otherwise, I'll take that price right here at '06. They should be running up here to 26. Let's go. Get it, baby. Get it. Get it. Don't stop right here. Don't do this to me. Just burst. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a standard Harmony zone number 2 trade. See, I didn't get cute with that one. I didn't try to go against the trend. I just followed the trend on that one. Those work a lot better than trying to look for the turn in the market. That's always a low probability event. And I tend to do that from time to time, and I just got to quit that habit. Oh, you're trying to get in, Wayne? Missed you by a tick? Jeez. I know, I know. We've all been there. We're all been there. How's everybody doing so far? Sheila, good morning. Let's talk about ES a little bit here. ES pull back into Harmony zone number. Is more market is in a breakout mode in ES. They came into the middle of the range. It was a reversion to the mean, stopped on a dime at Globex, turned, and now we're just in a breakout mode. Pullbacks are buyable on a swing trade basis. If we get to the 887, that's going to be a buy opportunity. We'll see. Yeah, thank you, James. And this thing is just going to keep going though. But I figured that 26 is a good spot, and it was a good spot. Now the question I would have here for myself is like, hey, listen, what do I have to do in order for me to stick around and add to this trade? So the market went from this box into this box, which means that we shifted from a pullback into harmony zone number 2 into a trend with the cloud in your favor and the harmony wave in your favor. So that automatically kind of positions me into taking signals in that direction and adds in that direction. So you had a switch trade, trigger trade. All these are adding opportunities that would have got me into more of a position. And then I have a target of 73 into 80. And then I have a target higher than that. So that would have been the logic that would have kept me in the trade and made me add to it for a bigger target. If I made the choice to do that, obviously I made the choice to take that profit right here, but I always got to think in terms of if I want to hold on to a trade, what would the market has to do, and what would I have to do, even if I don't take it. All right, target 98.75. Pullbacks are buyable on a swing trade basis. Full-blown action going on here. So where is the big idea? The big idea was this, and we talked about that early on. Is like, hey, listen, this is going to be the critical level for the market to hold on to, and once they hold on to this captain setup on the 100, and then the pullback into that box and holding on to it, and they tried again one more time and just made a higher low. All that combination on a swing trade basis set the market up for a reversal, and boom, a rally. And then we took out the rally up at 64. Now the market is in momentum mode. How's Becca doing? I know you're low key this week. Hope everything's fine. I know it's not fine, but okay. So that did not come about. Let me see here if I can get in again on a deeper pullback. 23. It's a 23 actually. 23 half. – 23 half and 13 half. Yeah, no problem, Pipo. It's all good. We'll be here. We will be here. We will be here making money. Oh. All right. So, yeah, well, they pulled back. Harmony zone number one is holding. Hard to buy pullbacks then that have no pivot protection. There's a lot of pivot protections. I mean, any price action here has a stop right under the whole number, for example, and then you have, for example, if you're looking at the 200, you have that wick 22 all the way down to 500 as a protection. Like the prior prices did not have that. This one does. Pipo, the harmony zones are not they're not based on time of anything. It's based on market behavior, the type of volume coming in, and the behavior of the market. So they they auto calculate and shift as the market shifts from, you know, trending to non-trending to reversals. So that and it's there's no time involved in the calculation of those zones, none whatsoever. But it will factor in the movement of the 200 and the 100. That's just one of the factors in them. And as the market hit targets, those zones will shift to reflect the higher level of price action. As you know, as the market move, the zones will move along with it. And they're very, very effective, especially whenever you get into harmony zone number two behavior. Um, when those hold, you're looking at 60 plus points in your favor, if not more, and you're risking 20 points. Very. It's a cornerstone of what we do here. Every single day, you're going to get the same exact behavior that produce big results. And you'll get to see it for yourself. All right. And the key is first touches. That's the key for me. Is a lot of times they keep bouncing around these levels and keep giving you signals, but the first attempt at these levels are the ones with the highest bang for the buck. So, I mean, we're seeing it right now. So, that's the first touch. You made 15 points or 12 points, whatever that is. Then 38 to 70. You came back in 48 to 58, 10 points. So, you're getting multiple, but the first attempt into that level is giving you the biggest reaction. That's a good fight. That's a good fight, Adam. The only question I have for myself here is, are we extended so much that harmony zone number two is not going to hold? You know, that's the question I have. And to answer that question, I may just want to cancel one of these orders and just keep the 13 half or 13 quarter and see if they drop it here and I'll bounce right back up. That's a big one, Pipo. That's a huge one. That question that you just asked. Understanding direction and only fight for the trades that are working and never fight for the ones that are not. Once you make that shift, trading become a lot easier. I don't like to say easy and trading in the same sentence, but your your capacity for profits just increase tremendously because you're not averaging big in a trade that is just simply not paying you. But when the market is really acting well, you're adding, getting aggressive, and hold on, Pipo. The shift has nothing to do with trading system. The shift is psychological. Um, when you're in a trade that's going against you, your natural impulse as a human being is to fight. Why? Because we're trained to fight for keeping jobs, for making money, for getting mates and keeping them. Especially men, everywhere in life, we are trained to fight. So whenever you go into a trade that's not working in your favor, your impulse and your training and your childhood all triggers you to fight. So what you're experiencing is nothing unique to you. It's literally how we are wired. Now you go in there and use that information, but turn it around. And the turn is fight, but fight harder for the trades that are structurally sound and get aggressive and get happy about those. And the ones that are simply going against you within your stop, lose interest in them. Like literally lose interest. Why? Because it's not worth my fight. Let me fight where it counts. So that's just a mental adjustment that you make where you're using your natural tendencies to for your own benefit versus against you. And you start by making taking stops a habit. Like literally you sit there and take stops and not do anything. Then the next step, it's an emotional one, is emotionally say thank you for taking a stop. That is a key. So get a habit of taking a stop. The second habit is to say thank you as you take a stop because that will neutralize the emotional impact. You're still going to have an emotional impact because you're a human being, but it will neutralizes the emotional impact. So you're not like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to get back in there and pound this market and get my money back. But you need to neutralize the impact there. So the way you neutralize it by saying thank you. Okay? And being thankful for something supposedly negative to you neutralizes that emotional component. Then reframe. And the reframe is Taking a stop is a business decision that will keep you in business. So now it's an actual benefit to take a stop, not something that you're going to fight against. So step one, step two, step three. Okay? And that will start shifting your mental disposition. Your mind is very, very flexible, a lot flexible than you think. And there's a process called isolate, dissect, and dissolve. Okay, so that process: isolate, dissect, and dissolve. You isolate the top three things that you're struggling with as a trader. Taking stops is one of them. Okay, so you focus on that. Dissect it to its components. So typically it's fear of losing, fear of death, fear of um, not belonging to a group, fearing of losing money and not doing trading. It's just all of it rooted in fear, and all fears are rooted in the fear of death. Financial death, personal death, whatever it is. That's just basically how we're wired. So isolate, dissect it, then go in there and give different meanings to each component, and that will start a process that will turn this negative into a positive. All right, gotta focus on this. We're coming into a trade. All right, guys. So coming in here. So once the market ran into this level multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's the market is heavier. It's a heavier market. So we may get a bit of a push lower, and we want to see if that lower push to 13 with a stop of 93 can hold. And I think it would, but we'll see. If it hits 20s and bounce back, I have to cancel my 13. Okay, let's see if they can sell it off here quick. That kind of kills it in a way. I gotta cancel that order. I mean, either I had to kind of take the 23 or I had to take the 13, but I can't get to this level, bounce back, then wait for the 13 to show up because that then the market has a higher chance of exhausting that whole zone. So that's fine. It's all good. We'll wait. I mean, here you go. I mean, that was the trade right there, 23 to a push higher. I had an order there and an order at 13 half. It's all good. Nice push higher. Market is in sync. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. Took the target. The next target is 98.75. You could, okay, James. Let me tell you this. You could be as calm as you want to be without fear and still lose every dollar you got if you don't have an edge. So it's a combination of multiple things. You have to have a statistical, mathematical edge that is tested. Like, that has to happen. Then calmly execute on that by unwinding some of the mental blocks that prevents a trader from executing properly. So it's just a combination of both. So 100% I agree. You could meditate, you could read all the books in the world, you could do that. You still have to have an edge. That was a good trade right there. Covington? Covington? Covert Intelligence. Covert. That's a good name. Yeah, I love those railroads, man. Railroads, Harmony Zone number 2, Harmony Zone number 1 and 2 first touches. Railroads, captain setups, or core in what we do. Now, how's everybody doing? Can't trade this. Here we go, pushing higher. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. Let's see if we can find an entry. 53. Captain set up long and a railroad. So railroad is a pullback into the middle of the range and a one candle reversal. So that's the railroad long. You're getting a market that is showing strength and momentum and direction. It's all good. It's all good, Becca. What is that plan? You're just you're trading one account at a time, or keeping a cap on each. How much you lose on a per account? No, 200 and 100 is big enough. And you could see all the trend behavior from those charts. You don't need anything more than that, in my opinion. There's a 70 NT wrinkle captain setup short going on right now with a big wick. So that tells me there's a lot more distribution going on at these levels, and there's a good chance that we will be punching into 30 to retest that structure against that 86. So if we hold on to 72 and 79, then we have a good chance at going down to 30 of this captain setup. So here we go. Like right here, the market needs to sell off. Like where we at right now. Nope. So they didn't do it. Okay, so you have that 88, and if they go back down to 52, if they do that, then I'm a player short. If they break anything above 88, I'm gonna look for a pullback to buy into this market. But that's just basically the structure. 53. Here we go. I mean, that's actually promising. You go down to 53. Yeah, James, the names that I came up with, I mean, while I was developing the system and coding it and all that stuff, I'll sit down and I'll think about that signal deeply, and I was like, all right, what does it mean? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Captain setup, where did it come from? It came from, first, it was such a commanding signal. Like I kept seeing it in different places, in different ways, at different charts. It's like every time the price does this, it really makes moves, and some of them are very significant. So it's a commanding signal. That's the first thing. The second thing, I kept seeing the price, you know, pushing. Like for example here, pushing lower, then reversing, pushing lower, then reversing. So there is a capping behavior of of at around these levels. The market is just getting capped from going any further lower. And I just kept calling it capping signal. I was like, man, it just doesn't sound right. It really doesn't. Capping, but it's a commanding signal. It's like a captain. It's like a captain of a ship. You take it, it steers you in the right direction. So, called the captain setup. That's, in a nutshell, my calling methodology. Target is hit. Next target is 123.75. The initial phases of the system when I was developing it, I had help with programming the system. Now I over the years I became a lot better at understanding code, so I'm coding myself going forward. So am I a programmer? Yes, and I'm getting better at it by the day. Like I'm working on an automated system that takes advantage of the captain setups. So I'm working on that, and that's just my efforts only. I developed this opening range. Uh, that's something I developed 100%, and it's not in the Harmony trading system yet. But once I release it to the traders, they're gonna have access to it, and that's coming up soon. And I'm working on a couple of other things that I'm programming. And let me give you a hint here. AI has done great at helping people understand code and getting ideas in their head into an actual application. And I use that in refining some of the ideas that I have into code. So that was instrumental. Okay, railroad switch trade. We have targets coming up at 123.75. It takes a little bit of work. I mean, it's not just because it errors out, like it errors out in logic and it how it executes. So what I found out that that works is to take an idea and just cut it up into a small mini ideas and only feed ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using that segment. Then test it. Once that test is good, add the next segment to it. And I learned that from working with other developers early on when I was developing the Harmony trading system. Because when I give him like the big idea and all the great things that I want to do in it, it got bogged down, and I will spend months and months of going back and forth with the developer, trying to figure out, trying to get him to understand what I'm trying to tell him clearly. But so there's a process there. So. All right, guys. So let's see here. We are moving and grooving to the next target of 123.75. Target's 123.75. All right, I'm gonna take a 5 minute break. I'll be back. Price action slowing down. We're breaking this the buy structure right here. The cloud is shifting. We're coming into Harmony zone number 1 for a retest. We want to see what happens next here. But I mean, as long as we 71, you may get a bounce. The market's still long on a trending basis. There's a level of distribution going on up here. We'll reevaluate the longs if we cannot hold on to 50. Adam, they're gonna pay you, man. Just don't worry about it. It's gonna take a couple of weeks. You get an email telling you the payment is paid. Like uh, the last one, it's usually shorter. I'm just saying, give it a couple of weeks. The new 8 days starts. It's just the minute you put on a trade, the new 8 days starts. So, did you look at your account? Does it show that the money is out of the account? It should at this point. So, what's the answer to that question? Then you don't trade that account. You wait for the money to be out of the account first. Does it show that you're approved? Okay, so pending is pending. You're looking for approved. So you're still in that process. So that means they're reviewing your payout. So it goes from pending to approved. Once it's approved, the money's out of your account. Once that happens, you can trade that account and start, working on the next payout. Then that's good. You made 2 grand on top of it. Then you made 2 grand on top of it. So then from the moment that you made, um, my advice to you, buddy, is just is leave that account alone and let your payout get processed, because you don't want to go, for example, and take a drawdown that will affect the payout. Because if you make a payout for X amount of money and it's still impending, then you dip below it, then that automatically will make you reject they reject that pending uh, distribution. So, but in your case, you made 2 grand on top of it, so you're safe. But it's advisable for you to just hold off, leave that account alone, move on to some other account, and get from pending to approved. Let them take the money out, then you start trading that account again. So, from the moment you made the distribution request, how many days has it been you trading that account? Those are days that could count for the next cycle. That's excellent, Adam. That's excellent. Yeah, but again, if you have an account that you made a request on, and it's pending, um, put a stop on that account. Just don't trade it, even if it's deep into the profit, and just get your payout out of the way first. I'm sure you have many accounts that you're still working on. That's what I'm gonna have to tell you. Because you work so hard on these payouts, and you just don't want to, risk anything preventing you from a payout. You're gonna get approved. From approved, they take the money, and after that, you're free to hammer that account again. All right, so let's see here. So what is the market doing here? Okay, so speed, range, and behavior. Speed is slow, range is expanding, behavior is long. How do we keep trading in this the direction of the trend? PIPO is the definition of structure is if the 200 and the 100 are in sync, we're looking to stay in that direction. If the 100 disconnect from the 200, then the market is in consolidation. If they reverse, then we're looking for rallies to short into. So this way you know visually the direction you're taking, the direction in which you're patient and waiting, and when do you reverse. Now, James, yep, I've seen it, I've heard it. It's advisable to wait for the payout. At least once they go from pending to approved, then literally the money's out of the account and you're gonna get the check in the mail. You know, you're gonna get, I say check in the mail, but you're gonna get the money. As long as it's pending and you're trading it, and if it goes against you for whatever reason, you're just running the risk of a denial. So that's that. All right, we got about less than 20 minutes. Let me see here. Wayne, how we doing, Wayne? Let's take a look at ES. ES is continuing its upward momentum. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. You have 6903 as support, rising support. The issue that we're seeing here in NQ is you get a 6-prong captain setup. It popped up a little bit, and it's just running through a little bit of resistance around the 15. We're not getting a lot of momentum up here, okay? But the direction is long, and the market is trying to build some stops. I mean, like that's a switch trade right here, so we should be going higher. We should be pushing higher. There's a lot of stops sitting about that 18, and if they pick them up, you're gonna see a burst into 24. The stop is really under that 98, and a whole lot of, you know, buying going on around that 100 whole number. Okay, that's stable. I'm gonna send you a private message. All right, so you know, you don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. That's a captain setup. So you're getting a 6-prong captain setup and retest, then a captain setup short. So there's the whole lot of noise going on here. So if the market goes to 11 and take out the stops above 13, you get momentum, and then or otherwise you break under 100, then you got problems. You're gonna start drifting towards 75 at that point. And that's just a market that is quiet and spending a lot of time spinning its wheel around balance. Yeah. Remember, Apex has a 90% out. So if you're needing any more accounts, pick up some. And thank you guys for your support using the OHarmony code. Yeah, so we're struggling here with this area. I really thought we would be pushing up, especially with that switch trade. A reversal here is problematic, but the market is not pushing in any meaningful way. Okay, that'll work. Switch trade right here again. I mean, what is that, man? We should be selling off here. That's just the way the market is moving, is just literally double captain setup and a run below. You're probably gonna get like 93 or more. We should be pushing lower. We'll probably get to 83. Double captain setup short, so that's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's just, there's the distribution, a lot of it. So 83 coming up. Are they going to burst into the 70s? Most likely they're going to run it up first. Yeah, doing good, man. I mean, we made a little bit of money early on, took a couple of stops, but ultimately we ended up I'm up like $600 for the day, and on my personal, a couple of $100 on one of my PAs. So captain, so you had 6 bar on captain into two captain setup shorts. So that was a good distribution area for a sell job into Harmony Zone number one. So that's the first test of it, and we're seeing a little bit more selling in the way the market is doing it. It's just a little bit more persistent. So I'll wait for Harmony Zone number two if we get there, and I'll take a shot at it there. Albert. Yeah, I know. Albert, are these lines for scalps and zones? I mean, the system generates these lines automatically according to market shifts, and they are to scalp into and develop an actual position. So once you get into one of these, you have target 1 to 3. Those are scalping. Once you survive those 3 targets, you have target 4, 5, 6, or more of a swing trade targets. Then we have targets that are even bigger than that. So this way it gives you the opportunity to scalp into the trade and pay for the trade, and then build it and develop it into something bigger. And it's 11:01. That basically sums it up for me for the day. I'm done. And good day, another good day, and we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. You guys have a good one.